Hey, Boaz here from Next Pittsburgh. I'm here inside the County Courthouse building downtown. To go behind the scenes, we've got Abby here's the Director of Communications for the county. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for joining us.
And I've already learned new things just coming into this building. First of all, it's really beautiful, and we can walk around the corner. There's a lot of offices, there are courthouses in here, and it's also a wedding venue.
Yeah, absolutely. So, our building is very beautiful and historic, and it's a public building. So, we want people to make the most of it. We actually offer residents the ability to get married here at no cost. And we're hosting over 250 weddings this year. One of them's happening behind us right now.
Gosh, that is insane. And then, what other offices are in this building?
We have courts in this building. We have our district attorney, our controller, our treasurer, the county executive who I work for, county council. We have quite a lot happening in this building.
And so you've told me you're going to take us to the top and the bottom. We're going to see the tower, we're going to see the tunnels.
That's right. And hopefully a few interesting things in between.
And so, how old is this building?
This building was completed in 1888. It was very modern at the time it was completed. There was a lot of architectural emphasis on natural light since we weren't using incandescent light bulbs yet. And there's also a lot of emphasis on ventilation and like a natural sort of HVAC system for the building.
This wasn't the first, like, county building.
No, there was a courthouse. It was actually a beautiful Greek revival courthouse. It was really pretty, but it burned down in 1882, which then prompted the then commissioners, because at the time we had county commissioners, not a county executive, to launch a design competition. A man named Henry Hobson Richardson submitted the winning design, and it was built between 1883 and 1888.
And you were mentioning that the sort of the topography of downtown has changed since this building was built, and so they sort of had to adapt the building.
So when this was built in 1888, the floor we're on right now, the first floor, was actually where you entered off of Grant Street. But then they lowered Grant Street 60 feet, and so now you enter in what was originally our basement.
So we're on the fifth floor now, and we're taking this very steep staircase up, and we're heading into the base of the bell tower now. Okay, so now we're really somewhere where very few people get to go.
Yeah, this is inside the bell tower. So if you ever look at the courthouse from the outside, there's a very, very tall tower facing the Grant Street side, and we're inside of it now.
And so I always assumed, there'd be like offices going all the way up, but it's really just sort of hollow space.
Yeah, there's a lot of cutouts above us for like hundreds of feet that do bring in some natural air. But yeah, it's empty minus our chime system that if you ever hear music playing at noon or 5, that is coming from inside of here.
And they're not massive bells in there. That's like a digital system now.
Correct. It is an electronic system. It's about 20 years old.
So when this building was built, it was the tallest building in Pittsburgh.
Right. So before they lowered Grant Street, when they completed this in 1888, the tower was 318 feet tall. And at the time, that was the tallest building in Pittsburgh.
Okay, and maybe we can take a few steps to sort of climb our way into the tower a little bit.
Please go take a look. You might see a pigeon.
Okay. I've been warned. If you look at the ceiling here, this isn't really the top. It just keeps going. There's just all these levels that zigzag further and further up. And as you go higher, I don't see pigeons, but I see the signs of pigeons. Abby's made the wise decision not to go up this staircase. Oh, wow. Now we're getting into the feather zone. Lots of pigeon feathers up here. Oh my goodness, and if you look up here, it just looks, it's story upon story upon story. It is insane. Okay, so now we're in sort of the courthouse side of things.
Yeah, so we're in courthouse room 321 on the third floor. And when this was built, when the building was built, it was actually 3 floors. Mm-hmm. But in the intervening more than a century, we've carved additional floors out of it. So this is the one courtroom in the building that is restored to what the original state was. So you can see that it's sort of a 2-story height, whereas other rooms on the third floor have been carved down to just a 1-story height.
So they would have cut this in half, and then the fourth floor would just be like 10 feet up from here.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see through this window. The bottom of the fourth floor, the ceiling for the third floor now.
There's just like that drop ceiling there.
Yeah, so, more space efficient, a little bit less beautiful.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, and here's the Quadrabell 11D.
Yes, we're in an undisclosed location in the county courthouse looking at technology that's a few decades old that helps run our digital chime system up in the bell tower.
How many songs can it play?
Right now, we have it loaded with a few dozen. So if you work downtown, you do hear some, repeat favorites at noon and at 5 every day. We're looking at potentially upgrading the system. The newest generation would come with thousands of songs, so that could be exciting. Yeah. Stay tuned.
And now we are in the basement of the building, and we are going into the county courthouse tunnels. This is exciting. We got Richie here helping us out. So where are we right now? Are we under the building? Are we under the street?
Yeah, so we are exiting the courthouse and we're walking towards the city-county building, which is on the other side of, is that Forbes from us? So there's a system of tunnels that the public was using up until 9/11. If it was bad weather outside, you could bop back and forth between the city-county building, the courthouse, the county office building, the grant building, and never have to go outside.
And then there are rumors that these tunnels might even connect to other tunnels and you could walk all the way to the point underground. Is that true?
I've also heard these rumors, and I do not feel comfortable confirming or denying their existence until I see the tunnel myself, which I have yet to actually see.
And so now these aren't really being used by people getting between the buildings. This is storage and other stuff.
Yeah, we still have some employees do work down here, trades, doing different work, lots of storage. So there are definitely people around, but they're not publicly accessible the way they would have been if you worked here in the 90s.
This is when it's really getting exciting, when you have the key to go through the tunnel closed sign. So wait, where does this tunnel lead us?
Now we're going over to the county office building, which, if you ever have come for elections or like a real estate issue, you are probably going to the county office building, corner of Ross and Forbes.
Yeah, this feels real tunnely as we're just like, now it just feels very subterranean. Gosh, it feels like today's the day we might end up with the point. We're going to end up like in the fountain. We're going to go through a special hatch or something, Abby.
Either that or Oakland. I think we're pointed in the wrong direction for the point at the moment. But yeah, we're definitely in a tunnel.
Okay, Abby, where are we headed next?
Now we're going to go into the center of the power universe for the whole county, the county executive's office.
Oh my goodness, and we get to go inside.
Yes, you may meet County Executive Sara Innamorato.
Oh my gosh, this is exciting. I didn't know there'd be celebrities. Oh my gosh, not only are we in the county executive's office, there is the county executive. Could you give us like a little tour of your office?
Sure. There's a lot of loose leaf papers. My vibe is chaotic librarian. Little squishy buffalo from our parks department, because we actually have a herd of buffalo at South Park. I don't know if...
Weird that that's part of your job, to look over a herd of buffalo?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's my fun fact that I give people whenever I go travel to different conferences and things nationally.
When you took over, did you get to redecorate your office a little bit?
I did. We didn't do any major changes. All the furniture is original. The stained glass, I think, was put in by County Executive Jim Roddy. And we moved the desk. So the desk used to be over here against the wall, and we moved it over here. There were some really heavy blinds on the windows, so none of the natural light was coming in. So we painted it all this white color and removed the blinds, and now it's, sunny and happy, and I enjoy being in here, and it doesn't feel like cold and cavernous.
Yeah. Well, and I've heard there's some secret compartments in your desk.
There is a secret compartment. I don't know how to open it though. So yeah, it's right. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. Who knows what's in there? I don't know.
One thing I'm curious about is if you have a snack drawer.
Oh, I do. It's low though. I just have these little stroop waffles today.
And these are your collection of helmets?
This is my collection of hard hats. This is when I was in the State House and I did fire ops, which is they suit you up in a full fire person regalia, and you have to go in into a burning building and control.
You went in a burning building?
Yeah, we run the fire academy up in North Park, and that's where all, if not the majority, if not all of our firefighters in our region train. So they put them through scenarios. So they take us, representatives who are weak and untrained, and they put us through a day of training so we can, walk a mile in their shoes and really understand the incredible work they do to keep us safe. This is 51 Bridge Street, which is a really cool project in Etna. We're very excited about it. It was a building that was a liability to Etna for a long time, and they've reimagined it as a space where new technologies and innovations can happen. So Westinghouse is a tenant there, and they're going to do some really cool things with the small nuclear reactors. So that's a really fun project I got to be involved in. The public works team came and brought this to me the first month I was in office. So that's like the Allegheny County seal, and then they put County Executive Sara Innamorato on the back, which is really sweet.
Custom hard hat. Not everyone gets one of those.
Oh, it's really cool. It's really cool. Got my little Pittsburgh flags. That was a glass pumpkin I made at the Glass Center. Oh, cool. A tarot deck that my neighbor made. Do you want to ask the skeleton anything?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, is this where you keep sort of all the skeletons in your closet, or just you keep them out in the open?
Keep them out in the open, yeah. So I don't think it's, you shouldn't hide them. They get dressed up for all sorts of occasions.
Thanks so much, Sarah.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by the county. We appreciate it.